Hello everyone, Minky here with the first part of Let's ASAP Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is an ASAP boss run on the games, and if you don't know what an ASAP run is, or an ASAP boss run, there is a link down below in the description. If you want to go check that out, it'll tell you like a lot of information based on it that I've made for it and whatnot. But basically, what you really need to know is that an ASAP run is a 100% run of the game, but with extra steps, if you will. So, in this case, you got to collect everything before the next boss and their respective dungeon, or you got to get all the stuff before the next unit, before the next major item. In Pokemon, it's usually HMs and whatnot, and in the ASAP area runs, it's usually before the next area, the next sort of major area, if you will. Obviously, we'll get into that in a bit, but an ASAP boss run, in this case, for Pokemon Sword and Shield, is we've got to collect everything we possibly can, at least in terms of like debts completion, before each of the bosses, or before each of the gym leaders and whatnot, for the most part. I don't know all the ASAP bosses in this game, but I have something of an idea, so we're obviously going to figure it out as we go along. I've also got the DLCs to worry about as well in this case. That's something, if you will, I guess we've got to think about, so we'll look into that when we get there. But, I should have the DLC as well, so we should be able to get that as well, but I'm not sure. But there's also obviously going to be a difference if you have the DLC versus if you don't have the DLC, so there is that, So I don't know exactly how that's going to pop up as well. It's probably going to be a player 2 thing, kind of thing, or whatever, or something, but that's even further details that I'm not going to get into right now. So, but yeah, that's basically the gist of what this is. So, and I just wanted to give a quick rundown of it before we started, so that you understand what's the point of this LP and whatnot, if you will. So, yeah, let's get started then. Alright, got to decide my character. I'll choose my character. Guess I'll go with the guy character. Yeah, we've got plenty of characters for this game. For the name in this game, even. Do I want to call myself anything? Extra? Minky? I guess I'll call myself Minky ASAP. You know what, let's call myself Minky ASAP -B. Because it is an ASAP boss run. And that's gonna obviously remind me that this is the ASAP file, if you will. So, yeah. And I'll do that for all the games as well. For all 5 LPs, because all 3 Let's Plays, but it's on 5 different games, which the other 3 being obviously right now I'm doing Sun and Shield, but next time I'm obviously going to do some Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, that kind of stuff, and also some Legends Arceus stuff as well, so hopefully I can keep all those kind of in sync to a degree. But here we go, here's the start of the game. Welcome to the Pokemon world. Our beloved Galar region is a wonderful place with thriving nature, beautiful cities, and many Pokemon with which we share our lives. I love as well how he gets pauses, if you will, like it's an actual YouTube video, if you will. That's cool. As you know, our society is able to thrive. Yeah. Thanks to help from these mysterious creatures that we call Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon are all around us, in the sea, in the sky, and even with us in our own towns. And those of us who choose to raise and train Pokemon to do battle and compete, we call Pokemon trainers. Oh, but I'm getting carried away. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rose, and it is a pleasure to be here. Now turn your gaze to the Galar region's greatest Pokemon trainer, your undefeated champion. It's time for Champion Leon's exhibition match. Yeah. Exhibition or not, Leon, your pristine record... Oh, went by too fast. I mean, it looks like it's coming out clearly on the video anyway, so... hopefully it's all good. And look at this, Gigantamax Charizard. I was so annoyed with that when they first came out, because it's like, we already have Mega Charizard X and Y. Why do we need another Charizard, man? Jeez. Like, at least make it, like, sort of, a bit more of a surprise, if you will, and make it, maybe even make it based on your starter, because, like, Gigantamax Venusaur and Blastoise weren't even a thing until the first DLC. That's like that's such, you know, a disappointment a little bit, if you will. Because it's like, I'm looking forward to all this, stuff, you know, and it's like, why, man? Ding dong. There's a new flash phone. Oh yeah, man. We're watching Lee's exhibition match on it. We can't show it with a handful. You know, the only way to properly... Yeah, you know, I don't need to read all the text. It's coming up on the screen anyway. Hopefully it comes out alright. But yeah, what was I saying? So, another thing I guess I can point out is that we do have regional variations of Pokemon in this game. So, like, we have, like, you know, Galarian Stunfisk, and... Which I really like Galarian Stunfisk. They're really cool, I think, because of their ability or whatnot. And then what else was there? There was, well, I mean, there's Galarian Stunfisk for one, there's Galarian Meowth. You know, and the thing is, as well, like, I don't know if we actually need those or not. I don't know if I would consider those a requirement, if you will. You know, like, would we need a Galarian Stunfisk as well as a Unovian Stunfisk? You know? I don't really know if I'd do something like that, if you will. Now, in some cases we do. In some cases we do, to be fair, because like, that's fine. Because, like, in the case of, like, Galarian Meowth, there is no Galarian Persian. They evolve into a different Pokemon entirely, if you will. Like, I mean, technically, yeah, it is Galarian Persian, you know, logically, if you will, but, like, it's not literally Galarian Persian, if you will. It's a different Pokemon. So, we would at least need to get a Galarian Meowth and a Kanto or Alolan Meowth, and evolve both of them to fully get the Pokédex filled, if you will. But even then, that doesn't really even matter if they don't appear in the Pokédex. You know, like, specifically Persian. If Persian doesn't appear in the Pokédex, you know, then, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things. I mean, in the Galar Dex, obviously. I know, obviously, Berserker appears in the Galarian Dex, but Persian doesn't. Or, I don't know if they do or not. I don't think they do. But yeah. I don't even know if there's any differences, by the way, in this game and Shield, at least early on in the game. Like, I don't think there's any, like, differences between Sword and Shield for going, like, you know, doing the cousins and whatnot. So, I don't know, should I put the... I don't know, well, I mean, it'd be a bit late, but I guess I should. I guess I should put up all the Shield visuals up. I don't know, though. We'll see. Actually, you know what? No, I probably should put them up, at least for Shield, because I've obviously got to do both Sword and Shield anyway, and I don't want to just not do it, if you will. I don't know, I guess maybe I'll do, like, I don't know, something. Or maybe I'll just like record it and then just speed up or something, Just send it's like there as well, if you will, because I want both to pop up. I guess, actually, now I think about it, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this first bit should just be, like, beginning bits only, if you will. Or, not beginning bits, any differences only, because I know, obviously, like, the logo pops up. But I think everything else, I think pretty much the same. I think both games are pretty much the same. For the most part, in both games. So, there is that. There's that I've got to worry about, but other than that, I think that's the only thing I've got to worry about here. Pretty much the same for BDSP as well. I don't need to play both games during the LP, if you will. I just need to, or I don't need to show both games. I just need to show off little bits and pieces, if you will. But oh yeah, Leon's back. So yeah, I guess I'll do that then. Get through the game and whatnot. I don't know how long I'm going to do videos for, to be honest. Maybe 40 minutes again? I guess. Dude, Charlotte has a 4 times weakness to rock, man. Why is no one using rock? I don't know, man. Also, why are you even... I don't know, man. Why is it gotta be Charizard? I don't know, man. I guess it is what it is. You must be Minky A to PB, right? Am I right? Why? Massive Charizard fan. I mean, I guess, I guess if you're a Charizard fan, I'm not faulting him for being a Charizard fan, though. That's the thing. I'm faulting him for, I don't know, man. I don't even know what Pokemon I want, actually, what starter I want. Well, I mean, actually, you know what? No, I'll go for Grookey. I'll always go for the grass type starter because. Oh, actually, no, wait, that's tough, actually. Because, the idea was that I would always go with the grass type starter in ACP runs, because then the opponent, the rival, will start with the fire type starter. But they don't do that anymore. They start with the water type starter. So it's like, so do I pick the fire type starter in those games then? So they get to pick the grass type starter, and then you know that kind of thing. It's like, so I'm just gonna think really quick. Do I want to go for fire or grass then? Because I'm always, and the reason for those two isn't preference, but it's more so I'm picking those ones because if there's always an option, if there's ever an option I've got to pick between, right? I always try and go for the first one in the decks. So obviously got to go for the grass type starter because they always appear first in the decks out of the 3 starters, right? And then the rival will pick the second one in the decks, because he just picks the fire type starter, and the fire type starter is always the second one in the decks out of the 3. But now, because they're picking the fire type starter, because they're picking the water type starter, in the case that I pick the grass type starter, I have to rethink it. Do I pick the fire type starter then, or do I pick the grass type starter? I mean, I guess if anything, I should pick the fire type starter. Yeah, I guess I'll go fire then. In this case, I think in this case as well. Yeah, go fire after. I think for BDSP, I'll have to pick the grass type starters still though. Although, actually, to be fair, I think all three Pokemon get shown, right? All three starters. But in that case, you've got like, you might have, I don't know, man. It's really weird, man. But for now, I'm not gonna give Scorbunny a nickname because I'm just gonna pass on them for now. I'm gonna pass on the name for now. I need to decide on teams. I really do. I really do need to decide on teams. And yeah, this is what I mean as well. Because Leon does take the third starter. So in this case he's got Sobble, so he's got Charizard and... I can't even remember the last evolution's name, but... He got Charizard and Sobble, basically. And so, like, that makes sense, I think. Like, he's got, like... Although it would have been cool if he had Venusaur to reflect, you know, like, oh, hey, you've got your Fire-type starter, you've got Type Offensive from my cool guy, but I've got another guy in the way, kind of thing. Which is what I think they should have done. Like, I think Leon should have had the Grass-type starter, you know, Venusaur, so it's like, okay, you've got the upper hand on my Pokemon, but I've got Sobble in the back, so now I'm going to have the type advantage over you. That would have been cool. But, oh well. I mean, I do have, like, an idea for a team. Well, not a team, but I have an idea for something. Over, like, I've at least got two ideas. One being a Payday Persian. That was weird. One being a Payday Persian, because I always have that idea on my mind. Well, in this case, it would be a Payday Berserker. Until I can get my hands on the Persian, which I should be able to do pretty early on. I think I can do that anyway. And then, on top of that, the other one is obviously a catcher Pokemon, a catcher build, where I can just catch Pokemon easier, like, you know, like they've got False Swipe and Thunder Wave and whatever, you know, that kind of thing. But the thing is, I can't use other files to help me out unless it's something that I can actually get, if you will. You know, like in this case, I usually use Gallade, you know, the Ralts line, to get this kind of Pokemon. But the thing is, in order to get Gallade, not only do you need to be able to get Ralts, right? Specifically a male Ralts at that. And you can train them up, obviously, you can afford them into Curlier, but you also then need a Dawnstone. I think it's a Dawnstone anyway. Or a Shine. It's a specific stone to afford them from Curlier into Gallade. And you need that in order to get Gallade. So, I need to be able to do that all on this save file. Is get the Gallade and... It's get a Ralts or Curlier and Dawnstone. Or whatever stone it is. But I'm perfectly fine with moving the Gallade over to my other file, teaching Gallade False Swipe and Thunder Wave and stuff like that, and then moving them back to this save file in order to use them for, you know, catching and whatnot. Like, that's fine because you're not using it to cheese the game, if you will. You're not using it to get anything early that you're not supposed to be able to. But if you can't get Gallade, if you can't get that Dawnstone, then you're stuck with Curlier. Heck, if you can't get Curlier or Ralts until much later, you can't even get the Ralts or anything. Even if you can get the Dawnstone, you can't get the Gallade. You've got to be able to get both. Otherwise, you can't get it. So, there is that to worry about as well. Alright, male starter, let's have a look at you. Oh, neutral nature, nice. Docile, alright, cool. Yeah, 15th of June today. Alright, nice. And yeah, I feel like in this case as well, it's kind of cool that you get to pick first, because it actually kind of makes sense, because Hop, the rival, he already has a Pokemon, so he sees that as unfair if he picked first, so he lets you pick first. I think that's really good. In this case, you know, it's kind of nice in a way. And even then, he still gives you the advantage by picking the Pokemon that's weak to yours. So, yeah, that's a bit... I mean, he might just think like, oh, I've got 2 Pokemon, and I've got a champion for a brother, so I should be fine, if you will. I should be good to pick the worst start in this case. You know, kind of like, maybe a bit cocky, if you will, that kind of thing. You know, that's what maybe... That was a crit! Nice. Wow, nice. So glad I got that in this video. But yeah, he might be a bit cocky in this case. So, you know, that's something, I guess. Look at that, level 7 already. But yeah, a little bit much, sending out Charlotte against 2 new players, new trainers. Be a real rival to Hop, would you push him and make the both of you stronger? Yeah. Not pushing the car before the Rapidash. I mean, I saw horses a while ago. I did actually see some horses a while ago. I think some police ladies were... Police ladies? I think some people were riding the horses. I'm pretty sure they were police people anyway. That was really cool, I thought. I thought they were really cool. I mean, I kept my distance, obviously, because I didn't want to, like, bother them or anything. But that was really cool that I got to see some horses like that. You know, even from a distance, you know. Yeah, Pokédexes. Fill out the Pokédex. Yeah, I'm already on it. Gosh, man. I'm going to be the next champion, so completing a single Pokédex will be nothing. Yeah, try doing it like 10 times, man. You know, regional forms, variations, different forms. You know, Jesus, so much. There's like so much to do. You know, and so many like try making a living dex as well. Like you've got Dynamax Butterfree, Gigantamax Butterfree. Yeah, you've got that kind of thing to think about as well. Maybe like different kinds of things, different kinds of builds. Like imagine making a build dex, let alone a living dex. Like, I do want to make my own living dex, but I don't want to just get the Bulbasaur and be done with it, and then get the Ivysaur and be done with it, and then get the Venusaur and be done with it. I want to actually have, like, a build Venusaur, if you will, so a Venusaur that I can actually use for something, if you will. Where it's like, yeah, it's cool that the Venusaur is there, but I want to be able to use the Venusaur for something, you know, like a Gigantamax build or a Dynamax build or something in this game, you know, Pikachu, you know, kind of thing, and especially if it's a Gigantamax Pikachu, right? Because if it's a Pikachu or Eevee, you know, a Pokemon that can evolve but has a Gigantamax factor, they can't go to other games outside of Sword and Shield, even if they can go there, like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You know, Pikachu and Eevee can't go to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl if they have the Gigantamax factor, because they had the Gigantamax factor. So in that case, it's like, if I want to have like a Pikachu build that's got the Gigantamax factor, I need to get another Pikachu because then I can put that Pikachu into my Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl file, and then help fill out the Pokédex faster. You know, is that not a strategy that people do as well? Surely, you know, something like that anyway, but I've got to look into doing it myself at some point. For sure. Because I really want to make a build dex. That's going to be fun. It's going to be one. I mean, another thing as well, that I've got to do it without items as well. Because you can't move Pokemon into Pokemon Home with items. You know, which is a little bit of a downside to it, I think. Because you could do that in Pokemon Home, back on the GameCube. Not Pokemon Home, Pokemon Box on the GameCube. So it's like, why not, man? I mean, I get, like, obviously, like, in this case, there's obviously different games that are, like, just too different, if you will. So you don't want to trade over, like, certain items between games or anything. But it's like, in that case, what I would say to do, in that case, is say, like, for example, say, for example, in this game, you've got, like, an ability patch, right? You know, as a hold item to one of your Pokemon, and you move that from Sword and Shield to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, right? In that case, ability patches exist in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so just allow it to go through anyway, you know, in that case. But in the case of, say, you know, the TRs in this game, which are like, sort of like TMs that break in this game, if you attach a TR to a Pokemon as a hold item, you know, something that doesn't exist in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you know, in that case, what you do is you can say, okay, we're taking it off the Pokemon and putting it in sort of like the home storage kind of thing for you to move back into one of your copies of Sword and Shield. You know, why not do something like that? I mean, even Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 had like an item storage. They had an item storage as well as a Pokemon storage, who could also hold items as well, at least in Pokemon Stadium 2's case. You know, and it's like, why not, man? It's like such. They really need to. They really need to do my Pokemon Universe idea, man. It's like, it's such a great idea, man. I'm such a genius. No, but it's like, I really think that's a good idea to just do. I wouldn't even ask for anything. Of like. I wouldn't ask for royalties or anything. I just said, like, look, just take my idea, please. I'll pay you to take my idea, kind of thing. And yeah, it's like, it's just such a shame, man. Also, yeah, I've been kind of talking over this. We're at this battle now against the Sakian. You know, it's. I don't know. I don't even know if I've got anything to really say about this, to be honest. I mean, it's cool. I like this. It's a bit spooky. But I mean, it's like, why doesn't Hop help? Why don't Hop send out his Pokemon? He's got 2 Pokemon. If Skull Bunny faints here, I'm gonna white out. But if one of his Pokemon faint, oh, he's got a backup. So it's fine. You know? So it's like, I don't know, man. But yeah, I say all that, I speak all over this and all that, and I just love this place. I'm just really looking forward to this place when we get here later on, if you will. You know, in the game. Yeah, why wasn't Leon coming down here? Ages? How long happened? How long was that? How long were we out for? It's like, what even is this? It's like, I feel like maybe there's like, did we swap timelines or something? I feel like something like that would be pretty cool, but it never gets brought up again. So I don't know, man. And then it's like as well, like, I don't know. I feel like it might have something to do with Eternatus later on in the game, and then on top of that, what else was there? There was I don't know. What else is there to think about in that case? There's like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Oh, another thing though, another thing I like, another thing that's kind of cool, is that this place is right outside your house, like the beginning area. You know, it's like right outside at the very beginning area, or sort of like home, if you will. I really like that. I really like when places do that. You know, when games do that, when it's like you live here, but right there is the final boss kind of thing, the spooky bad final boss kind of thing, sort of thing, or at least something similar to that anyway. You know, something like that. Because I mean, obviously, like I know other games do it, so I know I've at least enjoyed that from Spirit Tracks, from Zelda Spirit Tracks. That was really nice. I really like that one. That's cool. I haven't played Spirit Tracks in a long time. I really need to play it again. I haven't played Phantom Hourglass in a long time either. Because the reason why I haven't played for so long, either of the games for so long, is because it's like, I've just not really thought about playing. I've not really had the idea to play as of lately, because it's like, I've just been doing so much other stuff. You know, it's like, yeah, I want to, you know, I do want to play, it's just I've not really had an inkling to play as of late, if you will. I want to do ATP runs, though, of them. That'd be really nice. But yeah, that'll be a story for another day. I probably won't be doing an ATP run. Not an ATP run. I probably will be doing an ATP run. I probably won't be doing an LP on either game, but who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I will one day. I don't know. We'll see. Do we even have any? No, I don't. I don't have any Pokeballs. You know what? I probably can buy some though. Oh, I do. Was I get those? Oh well. Oh yeah. This might make it the first catcher. That'll be nice. Nice, this should be a guaranteed catch, or at least a 99.8% chance. If I fail, I mean, if I do fail this, that'll be amazing. For the wrong reasons, but it'll be like, at least it'll be content, right? Kind of thing. But yeah, I do need to catch a Squirver. I need to fill out the Pokédex with caught entries. So it's not enough to just see the Pokemon. You've actually got to catch them as well. So, you know, hop to it, I guess. And in a way, it's kind of cool that I did catch a Pokemon, because, as far as I'm aware, I think that actually speeds this up as well a little bit if you catch a Pokemon. Another neutral? Oh, quiet. Oh, okay, I missed. I saw it as a neutral. Oh well, quiet. Okay, I guess. I don't think that's really that good on a Squirtle. Oh well. I mean, I'll make builds on whatever for it later. I'll obviously get them. I mean, obviously, I'll be careful with stuff. I'm not just gonna blindly give myself free Pokemon or whatever. But you know, I'm gonna make sure to get some good Pokemon later. So, you know, I think this is I don't think this is a good place to stop. I'll stop after this. Actually, I think this is a good place to stop afterwards, if you will. Yeah, we'll see. Professor Magnolia. Got Yamper. Yamper might be actually pretty useful for this LP because they'll get me back one of my Pokeballs. So maybe I'll use Yamper for some battles. But the thing is as well though, you get experience for catching Pokemon. So I don't think I can really use them effectively because I know they have Nuzzle, which is a very weak electric type attack, but that it does damage, but it always paralyzes the Pokemon. So it's kind of good early on, but later on it's a bit, it's a bit iffy. But their ability though, Ball Fetch, it's really nice because if you fail catching a Pokemon, then the Yamper will actually, if they don't have a hold item, they'll actually start holding the Pokeball that you use and that failed. So if you throw a Pokeball, a regular Pokeball, and it fails, they'll actually start holding a Pokeball to basically give it you back, if you will. So it's like a slight safety net, if you will. I'm pretty sure it works on all Pokeballs, I guess, except for the Master Ball, because the Master Ball catches anyway. And then, I don't know what else it would really entail, but I imagine it works 100% for all other Pokeballs. And I imagine it works for the Master Ball as well, just that it doesn't work for it anyway, because it's always going to catch you anyway, and there's no reason why it should work on them because of that, if you will. All those weird little quirks, if you will. So, that kind of thing. Tommy, do you know a lot about Pokemon? 8 gens in that know a thing about Pokemon. to be fair, like tutorials, like yeah, they are necessary for newcomers, I think, or at least to a degree they're necessary. But at the same time, like not all of us are newcomers. There's plenty of us that are old timers, I guess. You know, that we're not new. We know what we're doing. We get it. We know how to throw a Pokeball. You know. You know what I mean? It's like, so like, for me, for example, I know what I'm doing. I can throw a Pokeball and whatnot, so it's like, okay, let me, yeah, tell me the story portions of it. That's necessary, but, like, yeah, give the tutorial to the people who need it, but not to the people who don't need it, Because then it just kind of wastes time then at that point. So, just like, I want to get on with, like, playing the game and whatnot, that kind of thing. There's obviously story to be told, which that's fine. And I'm perfectly fine with that, especially when you can turn, like, major cutscenes off and whatnot, that's kind of nice. But, like, I get it, it's like, story is story still, though. Sometimes I just want to get on with the game and just start my adventure, if you will. You better be told again. Trying to lead me on to say, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Now, I don't know if this is when it starts. No, I don't think it is. No, it's probably when we get the next cutscene, and we're already 40 minutes in. You know what, I'll go a little longer today. I'll get this challenge out of the way. Then, once we've done that, I want to confirm something to see if I actually do have the DLC or not. If we do, cool. If we don't, whatever. And, it just means that, like, I can think about how we're going to handle things again, if you will. And then, after that, it's like, we'll see. See how the LP goes then at that point. Because Jesus is going to be something of a mess if the DLCs are included. Oh, well, there was a rookie D there, I think, but he despawned. Time to fit on our teams a bit. Alright, you already did that. Just catch Pokemon if you've got any hope to filling out that dex. It's like he knows. You've already got some on your own. Some implies multiple. Yeah, I'll be catching more than plenty of Pokemon, man, that's the point. Oh yeah, nice. 20 Pokeballs, oh yeah. Pokemon on your team will get experience points when you catch Pokemon too. It doesn't tell you about EVs though. Like, I mean, it doesn't say like, oh, you'll get EVs for catching Pokemon or not, so that's a bit annoying, but I don't even know they do get EVs for it, that's a bit tough to come up with, man. Like, it took me way too long to figure out what EVs even were. And whatnot. Which is kind of a shame, because it's like, I do really enjoy these games and whatnot. So it's just kind of sad, man, but anyway. Yeah, bet. Alright, let me see if this unlock. You know what, it probably doesn't, to be fair. It probably doesn't, but if it does, cool. If not, then we'll see. We'll have to wait till next time, because I don't want to keep on dragging this on for too long. But I don't think it will. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, well... Forgot you can sit on the benches. Alright. Well, on that note... I'm going to end it here. I'm going to hopefully record some Shield soon and show that off and whatnot, and show it off in... there's probably, I think I need 2 scenes I need to record in Pokemon Shield, but in the meantime, I'm going to end there. Part 2, I'll get the wild area, hopefully, and we can sort of like do some more shenanigans and whatnot over there. But in the meantime, I don't know when Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus is going to occur, but those 2 Let's Plays are obviously going to also be kind of in sync with this. So, like, you'll... When I upload this video, which will always be the first one of the series of the 3 to release, you'll know that the other 2 are soon to come, in case you're interested in those as well. So, you know, or whatever, or if you're only interested in those, you can see Sun Shield, oh hey, Brilliant Diamond's coming up soon, so kind of thing. So, but anyway, on that note, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really minky day.